Welcome to Seeking Beyond. I'm Tara Antonellis. I am a professional Hellenistic astrologer with a splash of modern. I am certified in Dolores Cannon's quantum healing hypnosis. I'm a level 2 QHHT practitioner. I also do spirit release therapy in the background of soul centered healing. I'm a certified herbalist. I also read the tarot and I perform energetic healing such as Reiki. Thank you for tuning in. Here at Seeking Beyond, we talk about the paranormal, astrology, and metaphysical. Thank you for being here. Enjoy.
Progress. Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Seeking Beyond. I am going to be going over the major transits that will be felt the most with the energy ahead, and that's going to be June 5th through June 9th. So there's some sextiles that will be occurring between the 1st and the 5th that are mild in nature, so I won't be going over them. But on June 5th, Thursday, Venus will be entering Taurus, and this is her domicile. This is her home. This is where she can express herself at the most beneficial possible way. And Taurus is the feminine version of Venus, and Libra is the more masculine version. So this is a soft Venus, and she's going to have those Venusian vibes amplified. Her influence over love, creative flow, beauty, art, the things that we find valuable in our life, finances, things that are comfortable, relationships. Venus and Taurus can have us appreciating and really taking comfort and indulging in life's pleasures, the finer things, music, art, singing, physical touch. There's a grounded energy with the bull. So thinking firmly planted, all fours on the ground. This is inspiration for long-term goals that we may have or people around us. And it's an opportune time to evaluate our goals with our finances and our material comforts. You can see that same type of foundational grounding energy when it comes to our commitments in love and relationships and deepening those bonds, those commitments. However, it's also a good time to assess whether your partnerships align with your values and your long-term desires. But there is a creative vibe with this, and artistic pursuits are going to be flourishing. Venus's influence will have just a sense of joy in the air. Venus brings comfort and luxury and softness. So, on the 8th, we're going to be having Mercury transiting, um, conjuncting Jupiter while it ingresses into Cancer. However, in the beginning, Jupiter will be in Gemini for the 8th. This is a powerful ingress for Mercury and emotional communication. So, Mercury is ruling our thoughts, our speech, and it's entering into the house of nurturing and the heart. It's the mother, it's the deepness of the ocean. It's moving into a place where our words can become emotionally driven and may be more compassionate with how we speak to one another or how people may feel or have more regard and concern how it may apply to someone else. Cancer is a water sign, so it's ruled by the moon and it's our intuition. It can be emphasized at this time. So if you're having more intuitive dreams and feelings of um, gut instincts, I would be listening to them. This connection with our mind and our heart has us a bit more aware of how our perceptions are influenced and We can have an empathetic feeling with our own repercussions. It's the home, it's family, it's the nest, it's the roots of our lineage. And it's quite frankly like your house and where you live. If you think about the crab, it retreats into its shell, it is part of it. So when you think about Cancer, you are thinking about your living quarters. And this can serve as a bridge to having heartfelt conversations with people in our home or addressing things with our family, um, things that may have carried with us throughout our lives with our family and having things that affected us from childhood. Jupiter expands and it is the great benefic. So when it's in its exaltation, which it is in Cancer, it's expressing itself very harmoniously. It is lending that positivity and infusing Mercury as it goes through this energy with wisdom and joy. So it's the student and the teacher, and it's the energy that that archetype can bring. But it conjuncts Mercury while it's still in Gemini, and then the following day it moves into Cancer. So on the 8th, look for renewed confidence and intellectual exuberance, how we are thinking internally and expressing ourselves, and an optimistic approach to learning. And on the 9th, we now have Monday, Jupiter will be entering Cancer. So it hasn't been here in over a decade. So this is going to be a major shift. And Jupiter thrives in Cancer and it'll be here until June 30th of 2026. So we have a whole year of highlights of the home and the family and our emotional well-being for the next year. Good fortune, abundance, expansion. When we are talking about Jupiter, it's a benefic that's exalted. This is great. This is really good. And we're going to experience it for the next year collectively. There's a deep restoration with this transit, and emotional honesty and awareness can really have us addressing those childhood wounds and a need for expansion, even with like our properties. So with our homes, our living quarters, you could see renovations and improvements with the integrity of the home, or redecorating, or buying things to upgrade your establishment. And it's an ideal to also address things with our lineage. So our ancestral trauma or karma, things that generationally has affected us, and you can see patterns in it that's associated with your lineage. Um, if Cancer is your sun or rising sign, this is your emerald year. This is a really good year. I say for us because I am a Cancer sun. So if this is your sun or rising, um, you're going to have a year of significant luck and growth and opportunities for personal renovation and really attracting positive attention in general. And on a collective level, we can see a drive towards humanitarian efforts, helping the vulnerable and supporting or fostering a sense of global community. Okay, on the 9th, this is a very busy day. We have a lot going on this day. We have a few major transits that are taking place, and this can mark a transitional period, like a significant direction that in hindsight you can look back on, um, that really marked a change. Venus in Taurus square Pluto in Aquarius. Let's unpack the square between Pluto and Venus. So the square is recognized as a cosmic tension point, right? And where the energy is demanding attention, that's where you're going to see transformation. And we have Venus, the goddess of love, art, and beauty. She's harmony and what we desire. She wants things to be lovely and agreeable and comfortable and balanced. So we have Pluto. Oh, Pluto. The underworld, its hidden truths, its power, obsession, its death. It is the subconscious that is deep down in the belly of our psyche. And when you are dealing with Pluto, it unearths what's buried within us. And it is not at all afraid of getting uncomfortable. It is exposing those shadows, and it's intense. It's irresistible at times, and sometimes it's a bit frightening. And when these two powerful forces square up and you have them confronting each other, it's like grace and raw power battling head to head. I am currently extending my garden, so it's not pretty right now. And there's a bunch of dirty spots that are just eyesores. It's exposed and all dug up. It's looking like crap. But I know when I look out my window in a few weeks that there are going to be beautiful blossoms and it's going to be beautiful and gorgeous and serene. And I know that in this moment, that is necessary. So there's a disruption that's taking place, but it's necessary for things to grow. That's how Pluto works. It burns things so that the ashes can regenerate and fertilize what is to be, what is to be. This is a superior position, so this isn't going to be minor tweaks. It's going to be major tweaks. You're going to feel this. It's going to be profound. It's going to be loud. And we will see it in the area that Venus governs in your chart. So look to the house of Taurus and Libra. That's where you're going to feel this effect, this theme that's taking place. And for you personally, where this is often hit the hardest and most common is our personal relationships. And this is any connection that you may have with anyone. It can be even our enemies, business partnerships, platonic relationships, really anything that you experience with someone else. And it can be pretty intense. We're talking power struggles, manipulation, jealousy, hidden resentments, unspoken desires, things that are surfacing that we have to face for our own growth. And it's forcefully, it's not a choice. And we see shifts at this time with renewals or endings. So breakups or deeper bonding and commitment to these relationships that we have. And it's rooted in authenticity. So we can see these bonds deepening that bring a new level of intimacy and commitment to the relationship. So if there is a relationship that has a strong and healthy foundational structure, it's going to benefit at this time. And relationships that don't have power struggles, those dynamics that help it be strengthened will prosper. But if there's weakness, um, and unhealthy power struggles, it's going to demolition. It's going to break down that foundation if it's necessary. So necessary endings may happen and things may be destroyed. It's destroying what must be rebuilt if things are not working out. That's how this energy works. It's the Tower card. there's a sense of fated consequence. And when you encounter new individuals around this time, around this transit, it can seem like they're just meant to be in your life, and there's some sort of something that must be gained karmatically with this relationship. And karma is not always a bad thing, it's just cause and effect, it's a commitment. Moving on to Mercury on the ninth, it is squaring both Saturn and Neptune. So think heavy, think foggy, hazy. Imagine trying to send a text to somebody and it's important, but your battery dies. That's Saturn. That is limitations and restrictions that is holding you back from something that you're wanting to do. It's the challenge. And then on top of it, your signal is spotty and it keeps cutting out. That's Neptune. That is um confusion and idealism. And so getting your message across at this time can be very difficult, trying to get it across effectively. There you go. There's an example. Articulating yourself, and it might not be so easy. There's a weightiness to Saturn that it brings. It's restrictive. It's almost like hitting a brick wall. It's boundaries. And Neptune is the dreamer. It's the imagination, it's the right side of the brain that is capable of tapping into the subconscious and spirituality and mysticism. It is the intuition. But on the flip side, it's also delusion and escapism, and it's the unclear blurring of reality. It's deception. However, when these square up, they may have a positive or negative effect. So you have to be aware of how Neptune is playing out. It could be fabulous and using your imagination in a in a constructive way, but at the same time, it can be deceptive. So when you have the square, we can see issues regarding communication. Maybe it's difficult to get our point across, or we're stumbling on our words, or misunderstandings are occurring. There could be brain fog or brain farts and just putting your foot in your mouth. There could be some reality checks that take place, but these truths can be hard to pin down at the same time. It's blurry. There's a Syrian seriousness to it, but it's like speaking in riddles. So don't be shocked if you notice fatigue in the body, if you are having an unwillingness to adult. Responsibilities can seem extra heavy, and also be careful of what you're actually believing. Since deception is in the air, misinformation is really easily spread and ingested. So check your sources and pay attention to your gut. If something isn't sitting right with you, if things feel off, listen to that intuition. It is speaking, and take note of it. So if you see flaws in someone's story, save that for later. That is the light being shown as well. So it can go both ways. Since things can feel a bit depressed with Saturn's energy involved, be gentle with yourself and others. If things aren't flowing with ease, just don't push them, don't force, expect detours. With it being Mercury, this is even speaking about physical travel. So take extra time to travel and navigate unfamiliar places if you've never been somewhere. Take time because this is an area for physical blocks. And, you know, have you ever felt like you're talking, but no one's really listening to you? Like they can't hear you truly in what you're saying. This is a transit that is going to feel like that. You may experience it on the receiving end, or give speaking that way to someone else where they're just not getting what you're saying or you cannot understand what they are saying. If you can put off any important decisions that you must make at this time that need clear details, um, if you can hold off, I would, because things are going to be hazy. Wait till it clears a bit, and that would be ideal if you can. So around the 11th, the 12th, Mercury will be moving out of that 3-degree orb range, and so um, those misunderstandings won't be as possible. It will be tapering out. So give it a little bit before you sign any contracts or make any deals in concrete because of this energy possibly being deceiving and unclear. It's a day to really just be gentle with yourself. So practice self-compassion. What's one small act of kindness that you can show yourself today? And with that, my friends, I bid you a great day and a marvelous week ahead. And till next time, thanks. Bye.